The agent for Chargers running back Melvin Gordon tells ESPN's Josina Anderson that he requested a trade last week for Gordon, who, of course, is holding out. This was in response to L.A. not budging from their initial $10 million a year offer to Gordon. Dom, is it the right move for Gordon to hold out, especially when you hear that $10 million is on the table for him?
Yeah, I absolutely think it's the right move to continue to do that because he's not missing out on any of that $10 million just yet. I think if it comes down to the final day and that $10 million a year offer is still here, and to be fair, we're not exactly sure how real that $10 million a year offer is, but if it's a real, legitimate $10 million a year offer for him for a number of years, that's a deal that he has to take, considering the fact that he hasn't made as much money. He wasn't a high pick like Ezekiel Elliott. He hasn't made as much money as those other guys. That's a deal that he should take, and I think he will take. But up until then, any way that he can create leverage or at least create the perception that he's not going to show up, he needs to do that.
And we have to remember that 10-year number doesn't mean anything. The guaranteed money is what means something there. And we don't know what that first offer was. It might not have been high enough.
There is one thing also that's different with the Cowboys conversation with Zeke holding out and the Chargers with Gordon. It's what Philip Rivers had to say. Interesting quotes from the quarterback. Now, Dak's trying to get paid as well, so he's going to wait and watch. But the Philip Rivers stuff from last week, this is what he said. They're going to get a lot of work when talking about the other group of running backs. It certainly is a deep position for us, and those guys all love to play and work hard. We love Melvin, but we're going to go with what we've got. It's a pretty dang good group. Now, there are a lot of layers to this because he's not saying anything against Melvin. He's complimenting people, but you're shaking your head because of the messaging behind this while a player sits out.
I mean, you just don't do this to your guy. He's undercutting Melvin Gordon, and he went hardball for Philip Rivers. He dropped a dang on him, so you know Philip Rivers means it when he goes dang because he doesn't use profanity. That's
that was
aggressive.
a really bad word for him.
Right? Yeah. But the worst part about it is it's true. If you look at the numbers that Austin Eckler put up, their offense was 20% more efficient under Austin Eckler. And that's not, it's a little bit unfair because they pass more with Eckler on the field, but still, it's not the same as Zeke Elliott where that offense goes in the toilet. So that's why it really hurts because Philip Rivers turned on his guy a little bit without saying explicitly, but then he gave him the truth, and that hurts. So I'd be upset if I was Melvin Gordon, but he'll get over it.
We're all in relationships, right? Sometimes you keep the truth to yourself. And anytime you start in a conversation with your significant other, your wife or your husband, you say, I love you, but.
No.
Nothing good comes from anything that is after that.
That is fair. I don't know what happens after that because I would never say it like that.
We're going to sit up here and say everything that Philip Rivers wanted to and could say, so Phil needs to just, hey, let them say it. I don't think he needs to be saying that at all.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.